Hi, everyone. We're at Jim's Super Burgers here in Pico Rivera, California. Let's hear it. Another great edition of the Vinnie Lopez Show. This is our second season where we've been able to bring you the great coach of the El Rancho Dons football program. I'm Ronnie Wald. We have live play-by-play of Dons football, and with us as always the coach and a couple of outstanding performers, players who won the offensive and defensive player of last week, a 42-7 shellacking coach of rival Montebello, but it wasn't as close as the score may indicate. At least in the first half, it was a close game, and then you guys just went nuts in the second half against Montebello.
Yeah, it was very challenging. It was an extremely challenging first half. I thought they played well. Montebello came out with a lot of heart, a lot of fight, and a lot of emotion, and I really think that's what helped them in the first half. We didn't get rattled. We ran our stuff. You know, defense played a tremendous football game for 4 quarters. Offensively, we settled down, and we were just able to start physically wearing them down with the run. And so that's really what was the difference in the game, is the second half was our offensive line taking over.
Now, Coach, I didn't have the pleasure of enjoying your first year with the Dons. Last year I watched your team over and over, seemed to have this proclivity, this ability to come back in the second half. I know you kind of downplay that, but again, one more time, what goes on in the locker room with the Dons? How do you stick this fire under the fanny, so to speak, of these guys and make them come alive like they did against this Montebello team?
You know, I think this week it was probably a way different experience in the locker room than it has been in the past. This week it was, you know, I didn't want to say it, but I knew we were better than Montebello, and I knew that we would just weather their storm and we would be okay. And so I went in there very cool, calm, and collected. We didn't make any adjustments at half. We just said we got to get better. They want it more than us right now, and you know, offensively anyways. Defensively, like I said, played a lights-out football game, and for us it was just a matter of settling down and picking up guys at the line, and it was a very calm, you know, it wasn't a normal halftime speech, I guess you would say. It was, you know, it was more of like, hey, let's just go. Let's trying to rally the troops, so to speak, I guess.
Right. And you talk about rallying the troops. Look at this, folks. We got the battle flag here. This is incredible. One of these great Dons parents brought the battle flag to help add to our set here. Now, we have these 2 great performers here who wanted you to introduce the defensive and offensive players of last week's, again, shellacking of Montebello.
Yeah, first one to your right is Andrew Perea. He's our quarterback. He was our offensive player of the game. And then to his right is Drew Caraballo, and he is a defensive player, special teams guy, and he had some great returns on special teams as well this week. So,
all right, let's start with Andrew Perea, who we've talked to before, stepped up in a big way. Now you're starting quarterback for the Dons, and now what was it? You had 5 touchdowns on your own on the ground in the 42-7 win, 5 of the 6. I got my math right. That was incredible. The quarterback keeper, do you enjoy running the football more than passing it?
I would say it's pretty much equal, you know. As a quarterback, you kind of, in this system, you really have to be a dual threat guy and be able to do both things efficiently. So I wouldn't really prefer either. They're both pretty well. And
you really fooled us up in the booth, and of anybody, they were fooled, those Montebello defenders, because, again, your quarterback keep the way you were able to hold onto the football and, again, fake the handoff and just seem to slip on around the side there. They weren't able to figure you out all game long.
In the first half, it was pretty tough offensively, but in the second half, we rattled back and came through. Came through when we needed to and executed and put the points up on the board.
Okay, Drew, I know it shows in the roster Andrew, but you like Drew, so we're going to keep it the way you like it. You're averaging about 5 tackles a game. You're an important contributor on this team. When you see a score like 42-7 against Montebello, it really, again, highlights the offense of El Rancho. But come on, you guys are doing the job with the big D, limiting the opponents, aren't you?
Yeah, well, first half it was 7-0, so we kept our offense in the game. It was tough in the first half, but we just played a full 4 quarters and we came out to win.
Now tell me, and tell the truth, with all the parents here and the coach watching, what is it you like about Coach Vinnie Lopez? Come on now, you got to tell the truth now. You get a Jim's DUI out of it if you give the right answer.
just the fact that he gets us pumped out for the games, that's about it.
Okay, Andrew, same question. There he is, Coach Lopez. He won't hold it against you. He won't dock you. He won't put you in the corner. No timeout. Tell us what you like again about Coach Lopez and his Don staff.
His offensive play calling and the fact that he's not really scared to go up against any opponent, you know? And nobody seems too big to him, and that kind of carries over to our offense and the whole team.
And, Coach, what about this offensive juggernaut? 473 yards against Montebello, almost 500 in the opening game against Claremont. Is that the way you like to play football? I mean, I know you're defensively oriented in your previous coaching stints, your previous experience as a coach, but this is something I think you really enjoy, putting these guys out there and scoring a lot of points.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for us and for me, it was it's a system. Offensively, we've always been here. The first year here, we got in a ton of shootouts because we always played offense and we could never figure out how to play defense. Last year, we figured out a little more, spent a little more time refining the defense, and we saw noticeable improvement with the defense last year. And then this year, it's now both sides of the ball, know our system inside and out. And, with us, it's about keeping things simple and letting the kids play without thinking. For us, we run 4 or 5 run plays. We have a handful of pass plays on the offensive side. Defensively, we probably do 2 coverages, and that's it. I mean, we want our kids to play fast. And that's really, I guess, the secret to our success has been taking the thinking out of it for them and allowing them just to play fast football.
All right. Now, the Dons are 2-1. Facing off against Diamond Ranch this week. Last year you took on the Diamond Ranch team. They were opening a brand new stadium. I'm going to ask the guys first about it, then come back to you. Drew, what about Diamond Ranch? You're one of the seniors, and you remember that tough loss last year. Now it's a different kettle of fish, so to speak. You're going to be having home cooking and facing off against them. There's a little bit of, I would think, maybe rivalry going on.
Yeah, well, we're ready. After last year, when they beat us, 42-21, we're just ready to come back and get them back. It's our year. It's our game this time.
And Andrew Perea, tell us how you feel about this game. You watched it, I guess, mainly from the sideline and watched Ryan Araujo struggle against that team. But again, they were opening their brand new stadium. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of emotion going on there in Diamond Bar. Now, tell us what's going to happen when we bring everything back home to Don Memorial Stadium.
It'll be a tough game. It'll be pretty interesting. We look pretty good offensively, and they look pretty good defensively. It should be a good game, a lot of matchups.
Okay, Coach, what about it? Diamond Ranch, a game we're going to broadcast on Friday live from Don Memorial Stadium, where you have a decisive advantage when you say you do like home cooking.
Oh yeah, we have 6 home games this year, and for us that's a blessing. Our guys play well at home. We need support. We need people to come out, and we need the fans to really get behind us, the students to get behind us, and that really helps encourage the boys as well. But we're excited to be hosting Diamond Ranch. We feel like Drew said, this is our year, and we're ready for them. Our guys are ready to go to battle, and they have a bad taste in their mouth from last year, and they want to make things right. They want to go out as winners,
Okay, we're here at Jim's Super Burgers, again located on Telegraph, right by Passons. And what do you think of most when you have Jim's Super Burgers? What do you think of, everyone? DUI. Oh my, I love this group here. There it is, the DUI. I want to share it with you guys, and I'm ready to eat as well. So again, a program note, don't forget, if you don't make it out to Don Memorial Stadium, I'll have the play-by-play, 7 o'clock on the West Coast. The Dons taking on Diamond Ranch, a team that's a tough team, right, Coach? I mean, let's face it, even you've had a couple of nice blowouts, but no week is easy, week in and week out, as you face off against these teams.
No, we don't try and overlook anybody. Even Montebello last week, I should say. And so we do take it week by week. Diamond Ranch will be the toughest game we played to date. But we've got a bigger one circled on the calendar in 2 weeks. But, we got to take care of Diamond Ranch first. And that's the plan, is to go in there and play a physical football game. They're a physical football team as well. And so we match up very, very well with them. It's just, making sure our kids stay cooler heads prevail, let's say, and making sure that they keep their head in the game, and we'll be all right.
All right. Drew, all the best. Good luck. Andrew, Keep up the good work. Andrew accounting for 40% of the team's rushing yardage. That's pretty impressive. And, Coach, thanks for the visit. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to partake in my great DUI. I can't believe it. Look what's on this. Pastrami, carne asada. I think there's also some French fries with chili. Coach, have you ever had one of these?
I've never. No.
Okay, you're going to have to try it. It's Jim's Super Burgers. They invented it. It's, again, at Telegraph at Passons right here in Pico Rivera. Again, if you don't make it out to Don Memorial Stadium Friday, we'll talk to you on the network. For the gang and Coach Lopez, Ronnie Wald, so long for now. Good.